Life had the appeal of a West Texas jail, till the siren of life dropped her 10,000 veils, and the truth that is me no longer whimpered but wailed, like a million volcanoes neath King Triton's mad gales. Through the womb of a dream I redefined me, I an army of armies, trembling leaf on a tree. Faith not the issue, belief had now become me, far beyond definitions of a word called free. Beyond nightmares of Auschwitz, beyond precious Christ, beyond a mocking constipation I once referred to as life. Through my eyes all could see, as creation breathed me. I was everywhere and nowhere in between matters seems. I was young and old, meek yet bold, walking paths so far past the tiny roads we'd been sold. No preacher preached it, no president decreed it, but if your soul had a hunger, this is the trough where you'd feed it. Deep inside we all see it. In simple truth we all be it. So be it.
All of these things that you've talked about, you have delineated so well. I'm so very excited, that you were able to talk about this stuff, because I know it to be, but the way that you set it out there, that's going to be a wonderful thing. And I certainly want to help get it in the hands of as many people as possible.
Sounds like you've got these down built to a science. That is amazing. But simple techniques can just change your life. But you've said that just a few brain-changing techniques could cause a change of the world, basically.
And so the way that we see ourselves in the world and see our future is a real powerful part of the self-fulfilling prophecy of where we will be in the future as a society. It's like we're creating reality as we dream it, especially in an age when, thoughts can move through the internet at, speed of virtually at the speed of light. And so one thing that I, in my, because I teach mind-body, I teach stress management. That's really the focus of what I teach when I go into a corporation or a school or whatever, is I'm teaching stress management. And so one of the things that I started talking to people about when I became aware of it was that the planet Earth is actually vastly less violent than it has ever been before in human history. And I know that's shocking to most people because the media gives us the impression that things are just going to hell in a handbasket, and which is not a good thing because it's not true. What that showed was that at the very core of our physical structure, compassion is just an integral part of who we are, as living beings. And so the ancient prophets of all the major religions, they were trying to extol this idea that compassion is the solution to everything. And now what we're finding, with the DNA research is that's true on a personal level. But as I go through the book, what I show is that this fractal reality of compassion being at the core of everything is reflected throughout all levels of our life, including our economy personally and also on a macroeconomic scale. And one of the things that I point to early on in the book is in a chapter called "Let's Get Practical." There's in Utah and in Florida, they adopted a new approach to dealing with homelessness. And what they did was they started giving apartments to homeless people. And what they found, and this runs counter to the way that we've been brought up to think of how the world works, kind of a zero-sum game where if one person wins, the other person loses. This blows all that away. And it really shows that the prophets were onto some kind of high science when they were extolling empathy and compassion. Because in Florida and Utah, what they found was that when they gave apartments to homeless people, they saved between $11,000 and $21,000 per homeless person on saved emergency room, police, courts, all the social costs that you have associated with homelessness. So it was actually a money-making endeavor for those cities or states to house their homeless. They were saving between $11,000 and $21,000 per person by doing the compassionate thing, which is providing a homeless person with an apartment to live.
All of these things that you've talked about, you have delineated so well. I'm so very excited, that you were able to talk about this stuff, because I know it to be, but the way that you set it out there and the way that you write, that's going to be a wonderful thing. And I certainly want to help get it in the hands of as many people as possible.
Sounds like you've got these down built to a science. That is amazing. But simple techniques can just change your life. But you've said that just a few brain-changing techniques could cause a change of the world, basically. A vast drop in violence. How could that happen?
Well, when I did that Folsom Prison presentation, and I found out that they had changed the behavior of the whole prison,